Am I the a-hole for not wanting anything to do with my brother even after he tried to delete himself? I, 27M, haven't spoken to or seen my brother Kevin in 5 years. I barely speak to our parents or anyone in the family. When I was 22 and Kevin was 25, I found out that my girlfriend of 3 years was having an affair with Kevin. I broke up with her and moved back into my parents' place, showing my parents the proof of the affair. After a month of ignoring Kevin's attempts to reach out and being cold whenever he came around to apologize, my parents told me it was time to forgive him. They even went as far as to stage an intervention with my ex, Kevin, and extended family to give me reasons why I should forgive them, especially Kevin. All this did was hurt me more. I told them what they did was unforgivable, especially Kevin, because he was my brother. I looked up to him. I would have done anything for him. We were really close and he betrayed me in the worst way possible. A couple of months after that, I got the chance to move far away from them and I took it. I went no contact with Kevin and my parents. For the last couple of months, I've been in contact with a cousin because my grandmother has been having health issues. When it got worse, I went back to visit her in the hospital. On the way out, I unfortunately ran into Kevin. He wanted to talk, but I pretended I didn't know him. He started to cry, saying he was sorry and that he wanted to have a relationship. I told him he must have mistaken me for someone else and left. Later, my cousin called me saying Kevin had a really bad mental breakdown after the encounter. Apparently, ever since I cut contact with him, his mental health has declined a lot. Then my parents called me and begged me to see Kevin, saying that being there for him would give him peace of mind. They pressured my cousin into giving them my number. I told them I wasn't going to do that. My mom started crying, saying she wanted her family back, that she wanted her sons to be close again. I told her that Kevin, her, and Dad ruined that and that I didn't care about them anymore. My dad then asked if we could all sit down, talk, and apologize for all the hurt we caused each other, saying things could go back to how they were before. I said I didn't want to talk and that I have nothing to apologize for. The next day my dad called and I could tell he was crying. He said Kevin tried to OD himself. Apparently they told Kevin what I said and it pushed him over the edge. My parents found him in time, and now he's in the hospital. They think I can make his mental health better if I just have a relationship with him again, but I don't want one. I don't feel like it's fair to put his mental health on me. I don't even know how I would help him when every time I think of him, all I feel is rage, hurt, and betrayal. He's my brother, but I just don't want anything to do with him. So, am I the a-hole for not wanting anything to do with my brother? Now story 2. Am I the a-hole for dumping my girlfriend after she ignored my calls and messages and went clubbing while I was undergoing emergency surgery? I, 22 male, and my girlfriend, 22 female, have been together for 5 years. We've been together since high school, and until recently, I've always considered her to be my future wife. I've even bought a ring and was planning on proposing over the coming months. Well, last weekend it was my girlfriend's best friend's birthday. She and her friends booked a private lounge at a club. Obviously, I didn't go since 1. I wasn't invited and 2. I hate clubbing or anything associated with that. I was actually looking forward to spending an evening alone, just binging Netflix or something while my girlfriend left around 9 p.m. and I just crashed on the couch and watched some YouTube. Well, around 11 p.m. I started to feel this distinct stomach pain, the same pain you experience when someone hits you in the nuts. It wasn't bad at first and I just thought my body was playing some tricks on me. But in the span of about 5 minutes, the pain just kept getting worse until I was basically stuck in the fetal position on the couch. Again, initially I just thought the pain would go, but then I pulled down my pants and it felt like my right ball was starting to swell. The moment I tried to get up and grab my phone to inspect whatever was happening to me, I just collapsed to the floor. That was probably the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. Imagine being pelted in the nuts over and over again. I did manage to crawl to the table next to the couch to get my phone. I immediately tried calling my girlfriend, but she declined my call. I then texted her that something was wrong and that she could come home immediately. The club she went to is like a 5-minute walk from our apartment. I just put the phone down and started throwing up because of the pain. After throwing up for like a minute, it felt like the pain started to cool down a bit and I grabbed my phone again. That's when I saw her response. She just replied with a asterisk. What is it? Asterisk. I tried calling her again, but as expected, she just declined again. I then texted her that I needed to go to the hospital now. She then asked asterisk for what? Asterisk, and I just replied with asterisk, my balls hurt. Asterisk. I then just dialed for emergency services. I explained my situation to the emergency responder, and she asked if there was somebody that could drive me to the hospital. I stupidly said yes. I thought my girlfriend would be home soon and she would drive me to the hospital. I felt embarrassed to call an ambulance because my balls hurt. After I told the emergency responder this, she then told me that she would call me again in 10 minutes to make sure I was being driven to the hospital. I then put down the phone and went back to vomiting on our carpet. Again, after the pain went away for a bit, I checked my phone and saw that my girlfriend had just responded with laughing emojis. I again tried to call her, but as expected, she just declined again. She texted me that this wasn't the time to play games and that if I texted or called her again, she would block my number. I again tried calling her, but she declined again, and when I tried calling her a second time, I realized she actually blocked me. I went back to curling up on the floor and now I started shivering. At this point, I didn't care about being embarrassed and just called emergency services again and asked for an ambulance. It felt like an eternity, but the ambulance eventually came and rushed me to the hospital. I don't remember much of the surgery since I was sedated, but I remember waking up eventually, and my right ball was being stitched together. The doctor informed me that I had testicular torsion, and I was extremely lucky to reach the hospital in time. I could have easily been forced to surgically remove my balls. I checked my phone and saw the missed calls and messages my girlfriend left me. In summary, she came home from clubbing and smelled the vomit in our apartment. When she saw the vomit on our carpet, she got mad and tried searching the apartment to find me. When she realized I wasn't there, only then did it hit her that I was actually being serious. I just texted her which hospital I was staying in and my room number, then went to sleep. I woke up the next morning and saw my girlfriend sleeping on a couch next to my bed. After she woke up, she started bombarding me with apologies. She thought I was joking, that I was trying to ruin their night, etc. I didn't have the energy to argue, so I just kept quiet. I was beyond hurt by what she did and I wanted to break up with her then and there. Why would somebody ignore messages where their partner is begging them to come home? Not only that, she stayed in the club until 3 a.m. and didn't even consider going home to check on me. She did stay with me in the hospital for the remaining 2 days I was admitted there and did take good care of me, but I was still beyond mad at her. Ever since coming home yesterday, I've been wanting to dump her, but at the same time, I feel like she genuinely thought I was joking and made a mistake. I feel conflicted and don't know how to proceed in this situation. Would I be the a-hole if I dumped her? Or am I overreacting? How would you guys navigate this mess? Edit. Just to clarify, no, I never had an issue with her going out in the first place or have ever pulled pranks for her to come home from a night out.